Hi, and welcome back to the Implementing and Administering Cisco Solutions, the CCNA 200-301 video series course by EC Council. My name is Glenn Singh. In this video, we're going to take a look at understanding and even configuring Rapid-PVST Plus on a Cisco network. So let's dive on in. So what exactly is Rapid-PVST Plus? Well, to put simply, Rapid-PVST Plus is actually based on IEEE 802.1W standard. And as you have learned previously, is that the 802.1D standard defines spanning tree protocol, which is an open source protocol. However, with IEEE 802.1W, right, you actually get much more faster convergence in terms of your layer 2 network. And what Cisco did is that they actually take the open source standard, which is 802.1W, and made their own proprietary version. The thing about Rapid-PVST Plus, it can actually converge your network rather than from almost, let's say, out a minute or two to just a couple of seconds. The cool thing about Rapid-PVST Plus is that it uses BPDU version 2, which is simply backward compatible with the regular IEEE 802.1D, because with regular spanning tree, it uses the BPDU version 0. Now, with Rapid-PVST Plus, it actually supports these rules, these port rules, which is the root port, designated port, backup, or the alternate port. Furthermore, with Rapid-PVST Plus, they are a bit unique, different. Well, let's say it does not have the same port states as Spanning Tree Protocol or PVST Plus. Rapid-PVST Plus actually have these three port states, which is discarding, learning, and forwarding. Just simply three port states. And with Rapid-PVST Plus, it supports a couple of additional features, such as port fast, which we'll take a look at actually configuring in this same video, but within a few minutes. BPDU guard, BPDU filter, root guard, even loop guard. And these are features that are supported only with Rapid-PVST Plus, not the regular spanning tree protocol and not the regular PVST Plus that we have seen how to configure in the previous videos. So what exactly is port fast? Well, definitely this is one feature you need to know for the exam. So port fast is simply a special feature within Rapid-PVST Plus that simply allows a port to transition directly to a forwarding state. So it does not go through all the states. As long as the interface is active, it transitions directly to a forwarding state without having to move through the learning or the actual listening state. The thing about port fast is port fast needs to be configured on edge ports only. So what exactly are edge ports? That's the main question. So edge ports are ports that are not connected to another switch. So to put simply, an edge port, so let's say we have a switch. Let's call this switch 1. On switch 1, if we have another switch connected, which is switch 2, well, this port here is not an edge port. But if we have, let's say, PC1, PC2, PC3, these ports that are connected to a non-switch device will be considered to be an edge port. And with the edge port, we can simply apply the port fast command, because an edge port should not receive a BPDU on these interfaces. The only interface a switch should receive a BPDU is when it's connected to another switch, such as this interface here that is connecting switch 1 to switch 2. Now, how about if switch 2 is connected to a router? What type of interface this will be here? Well, a router is a non-switch, so which means, hey, this here is also an edge port. Since that with a port fast command, it simply tells the interface, hey, become or transition directly into a forwarding state. Since that we will be configuring edge ports that are connected to our end devices and edge ports that are connected to non-switches, we need to implement a safeguard. This safeguard is actually called, guess what? It's called BPDU guard, because a port that is configured with portfast is not expecting a BPDU. So with BPDU guard, it should always be configured on interfaces that uses a portfast configuration, simply to prevent BPDUs from entering any edge port. Now, if you configure portfast with BPDU guard, if a BPDU is received on an edge port, BPDU guard will definitely change the port state to error disable. This means that the interface has received some type of security violation, and the Cisco IOS logically shuts down the interface. The thing about BPDU guard, it can be configured globally as an apply to all the interfaces by default, or you can actually apply it on a per interface level. So let's take a look at a snippet. This command at point 1 actually shows you how to configure Rapid-PVST+. The thing is, only PVST Plus is enabled by default. So if you want to turn on Rapid-PVST Plus, you need to be in global configuration mode. And once you're in global configuration mode, you use the command spanning tree mode Rapid-PVST Plus. And it's definitely recommended to apply this command on all your switches within your network. So therefore, if all switches have Rapid-PVST Plus, they all can converge your network very quickly. Now, secondly, what if you have an interface and you want to make that interface an edge port or an edge interface? Well, you simply go into interface mode, as you can see here, interface fast Ethernet 0/3. Then we use the command spanning tree portfast and hit enter. Once we use this command, of course, the operating system will give us a little warning saying, hey, that only connect end devices, connect non-switch devices, and only connect like a router, because it's not supposed to receive a BPDU. Now the other thing, after doing the spanning tree portfast command, definitely use a spanning tree BPDU guard enable command. This will simply ensure that if a BPDU should enter, let's say fast Ethernet 0/3, the interface will go into an error disable state, simply protecting the switch and the entire Rapid-PVST process. Now let's take a look at how we can verify our configurations. So as we can see, we're on switch 2. Switch 2, we actually enable spanning tree mode Rapid-PVST Plus. Well, Rapid-PVST. And when we do our show spanning tree command, we can see right here at the highlighted area, it says RSTP. Now with Cisco switches, remember that this means it is running Rapid-PVST Plus and not actually RSTP. RSTP is the open source protocol, but Cisco devices use PVST Plus by default, and once it is you turn on Rapid-PVST Plus, well, you will see RSTP here, but in reality, it is actually Rapid-PVST Plus that is enabled. So now that we have an idea how to actually configure Rapid-PVST Plus and portfast, let's do a lab. So definitely head over to my GitHub. Ensure you visit this URL. Then ensure that you are in the code red -CCNA-200-301 folder. Simply click on domain 2. And you can simply download and open lab 5, which is configuring Rapid-PVST Plus and portfast using Cisco Packet Tracer. Once you have the lab open, it will look exactly like the previous lab. pretty much it is the same previous lab. But let us configure C1 to be our primary root bridge, C2 to be our secondary root bridge. So pretty much we're doing a small recap, and once we configure our root bridge and secondary root bridge, then we will configure Rapid-PVST Plus on the entire network, and I'll demonstrate to you how to configure port fast as well. So let's start with configuring the root bridge and the secondary root bridge. Okay, so now we just configured C1 to be our root bridge and C2 to be our secondary root bridge. But remember, these switches are running PVST Plus by default. So let's start with C1 and let us configure Rapid-PVST Plus starting with C1, and we'll configure it throughout the entire network. So let's do this. So now that we have configured Rapid-PVST on our entire network, let's check back, let's just say C1 to verify if Rapid-PVST Plus is actually working. If you guys recall, we need to use our show spanning tree command like this. And take a look here. We can see that RSTP is actually enabled. And because we configured C1 to be our root bridge, our configurations here also verify that C1 is our, oops, my mistake, is our root bridge as well. So yeah, you have just learned how to configure the root bridge, the backup or the secondary root bridge, Rapid-PVST Plus. There's one more thing we need to configure before completing this lab. So since that this guy here, which is let's say PC1 is connected to A1, let's configure this interface to be an edge interface using our port fast command together with the BPD guard command. So let's do this. So now that I'm on C1, let's verify what interface is connected to PC1 without even hovering over packet tracer. So how can we do this? Well, we could do our show IP interface brief and verify which interfaces are active. And currently we have fast Ethernet 01, 02, and 03. Okay, so we in a little situation. Let's try show CDP neighbors and determine which of these interfaces are connected to the switches versus which interface is connected to our PC. And as you can see, fast Ethernet 01 and 02 are connected to the switches. So therefore, fast Ethernet 03 is actually connected to our PC1. Excellent. So let us go into fast Ethernet 03. We'll do our spanning tree port fast command like this. And as you saw, it gives us the error message. And for good practice, let us do spanning tree BPDU guard enable to prevent any BPDUs from entering the switch. And that's it. Just like that, we actually have our edge port configured properly with our port fast command and using our BPDU guard enable command. If we do, let's say, our show running config, we will see these configurations on the fast Ethernet 03, like so. And here it is. Under fast Ethernet 03, we have our spanning tree port fast command and our spanning tree BPDU guard command. Having completed this video, you have explored the benefits of using Rapid-PVST Plus. You have learned how to implement Rapid-PVST Plus on a Cisco network, and you have learned how to set up port fast and BPDU guard. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at Cisco wireless architectures and AP modes. I hope this video has been informative for you, and I hope to see you in the next one.